Today, we will be headed to Blick Art Materials to buy some stuff. A trip to Blick with the Noctigals. Okay, bye. Okay, here we go. We have all three kids in tow today, which doesn't ever happen unless it's just me. But I convinced him today that we should go as a family. Here we are. Okay, so first thing I do is I kind of look around. I see who is here to help me, if they have a little tag on their shirt. I know I can ask them a question later. I kind of do like a first browsing of the store to get acquainted with it, check out where the paper is, look at where the paint is, all that kind of stuff. Do bring a list. It will really help you out. So now that I've made my first round around the store, I want to tell you some stuff. Look at signs. I know it sounds silly, but it's easy to get overwhelmed in an art store, and I don't want you to. Maybe the first time you go, you just go by yourself and you don't take the kids with you, and go with a list. So hopefully you have a list in mind, but hopefully you're also not afraid to do some looking and some investigating, because you're gonna have to be doing a little bit of math in your head, which is fine, and you're gonna have to choose the best product. So why don't you come along with me on this art haul, and hopefully I'll be answering some of the questions that you've had. So as with most things in an art store, there are lots of unnecessary gadgets. So if you just know the basics and simple things that you're trying to get, definitely stick with those, and don't overbuy because you think that something is labeled for such and such help. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will be what you need. It might be too much. I always look for sales. Here I found a paper sale. It was an end cap, and I think it was buy one, get one free. Let's see, buy one, get one free right there. And this is a good size, 9 inches by 12 inches. Get a couple. Next, I went to the watercolor section, and I like tube paints. I really like Winsor & Newton. I also really like Daniel Smith. There's that phthalo that I really like. And then you're gonna need to browse a little bit to find the Hansa Yellow Light. Here's what I mean, you guys, there's so many, but I found that Hansa Yellow Light right there. And next I looked for the quinacridone pink that I like. And always check the color guide. This gives you a rough idea, and you'll want to check like the light fastness of it, which I can show you in a different video later. And this gives you a really good idea how they compare next to each other. Is looking at the labels or the prices for any product, you're gonna definitely want to look at the size. Make sure you're looking at the right size tube. And also there's a series number on some things. So you'll have to just check the tube or the product to see if you're in the right series. And then the list price is what the price usually is, but because this is a 35% off sale, this will be your sale price. Now we've come over to the brush aisle. I love touching and feeling and looking at the shapes and looking at the prices. So I'm going to show you some tips about that now. Okay, I found this tag. This is where sometimes it gets confusing. This is showing you the size of the brush and the type of the brush. So a flat brush sized this amount. And then the list price is the price that the store could be charging you, but this is their everyday price to show you that they're giving you a better deal. You know what? Don't mistake this for the actual price of these single items, because you need to check and make sure that you're not buying the bulk price. So, you know, that's more than $1 off there, if my math is correct. So just make sure you're looking at the right price. This is the buy 5 plus price, and make sure you are going to get to the checkout and not be overspending. The other thing is check and make sure, whether in store or online, that you're not getting something that's going to be poking your kid in the face. This is a really long brush. So it should tell you on the website or in store whether or not it's a long brush or not. So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right, here's the other thing, is that oils and acrylics and long handle. So these are going to be your brushes that are better for oil painting. And they should tell you whether or not this is going to be good for watercolor or not. So short handle, that's what I was talking about earlier. If you grab this out, it's a reasonable length, size, shape, versus picking up one of these guys and putting it into the hand of your 5-year-old child might be a little unwieldy. So think about those things. This is Raphael brand. I liked this brand okay for watercolor. The shape of the shape of this was a little bit too abrupt from here to the point, so it kind of left the mark looking a little bit weird, but overall it will do the job. The thing you want to make sure too is that, guys, are you behaving in the store? All right. Okay, here's another thing. I know I keep saying that. Here's another thing, but seriously, if you look at some of these brushes, some of them already have their little, they are kind of like, once the glue has come off of them, they get kind of frayed on the sides. So if there are brushes that you can look at once you've taken the glue out of them, because they come like this, so it looks great, but it may not maintain this shape if it's a natural fiber brush. So like I said, you're going to do some investigating here. Talk to the staff. They are friendly. See, here Jay and I are talking about his painting. Okay, so here's another thing, is that any art stores, really check their online inventory too if you can't find something, or they'll tell you up front. These are those silver black velvet watercolor brushes that most people like. But the thing is that they come in a size 1, a size 3/4, and a size 8 here. So I suppose if you want to spend $40.69 on one brush in here and maybe not use the other two, maybe you will. But I like buying in bulk online for the reason that I can get a couple of the different ones that I want for less money. Scanning. Well, evidently we have found the eraser aisle. This is a plastic eraser. I really like these. It says white vinyl. These are going to erase your pencil marks really well if you're doing fieselet work stuff, or just regular watercolor where you're outlining an area and then filling it in. Working in pencil first, I really like the white plastic erasers for that. I don't know what brand this is, honestly. It's not even listing the brand. Quick product review. I've had this one since I was in college, so it's a good one. Just treat it right. With all of your art materials, if you treat them well, they will treat you well. All right, we've finally reached checkout, and here are things you need to know if you want to get sweet discounts and deals, and I know you do. Hey, okay, I'm checking out here with Casey at the art store, and she said make sure that you get on the preferred Blick membership. It's a card that you get, and you'll get discounts, and you will likely get put on the mailing list for when they're having deals in the store. And also always ask for your educator's discount. It'll be a 10% off added bonus. So have fun at the art store.
Hey, thanks for shopping with me today. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I hope this gives you great encouragement as you walk into an art store next time.
Okay, we are leaving Blick. It was a huge success. They even gave us t-shirts when we left. I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to turn down a free t-shirt. Homeschool mom life, right? Okay, so we learned a lot today. Let me know if you have any extra questions. I'd love to help. It's just another reason to go to the art store again if you have more questions. Okay, talk to you later, guys. Bye.
You may be totally intimidated by this subject, or you may have no clue where to start. Well, your panic ends here, because I've created a drawing course that will teach you and your students the foundational skills in brush drawing, charcoal drawing, and the art of seeing. Learning to draw is a continual opening of the eyes. Are you ready to have new vision? In this 33 video course, I start from the very basics, like which supplies to buy, just like in this video, setting up your area, taking care of your art materials, using those mediums properly, and beginning strokes and lines. This course is perfect for the beginner who's never touched a brush or the seasoned artist who just wants a refresh on the foundations. This spread of videos will take the student from having no drawing knowledge or skill to being confident with a brush and ready to start from life with better perception and technical skill. Click below in the description box and find out more about it.